Get into the details, you see that they were not only part of this global warming trading, but they were, of course, laundering money across several countries, including...
Oh, they're good people. All right, let's continue with the friendliness.
Well, look, going back to the President's Council on Sustainable Development is a real powerhouse of business, but also of these supposed environmental groups. And one of the most important members is Fred Krupp, who's part of the Environmental Defense Fund. And you see, when we look at what happened in Texas with the coal plants and why they were shut down for cap and trade reasons.
That was right after the Bilderberg group meeting that Perry was at.
Yeah, that's right. And I started tracking it because I was tracking Bilderberg, I was tracking Perry, I was tracking the toll roads.
And even back then you said this is about power plants.
Yeah, because they were all about this TXU. They were going to build 11 new coal power plants in Texas. They cut that down to 8 because of this group that I'm talking about, including Fred Krupp of the Environmental Defense Fund. And I knew it was going on because Goldman Sachs and KKR, Kravis, one of the Bilderberg members, they were all over it like flies on you-know-what. But I went back to that report as to what happened with the TXU buyout to try to understand why the coal plants were shut down today. And here's this article from 2007, TXU buyout, anatomy of a deal. And who was involved in the Environmental Defense Fund. This Fred Krupp was at the meeting of the Kohlberg, Kravis, and Roberts and Goldman Sachs and Texas Pacific Group buyout. It was touted as the biggest buyout of all time, a $45 billion buyout, then cut to $32 billion. And part of that deal was them agreeing to implement cap and trade and join the U.S. CAP, which is the Climate Action Program. They voluntarily joined it in 2007 before Obama could do anything about it, and they agreed to cut their emissions, and they agreed to cut back their 11 power plants to only, I believe, 3, or at least that's what they...
And they also come in and lobby to buy up city-owned utilities like the old power plant Holly Street that supplied much of the city. And they could retrofit it, make it totally clean. They don't want that. They'd rather give you 1 hour of power a day and charge you for a week's worth of it. I mean, they admit it's about controlling us.
That's exactly it. It's profits in the short term, and in the long term, it's Agenda 21, sustainable development, neo-Malthusian starving our consumer. Because they don't only want to cut our population numbers and depopulate us, as you know, but they also want to cut back our Western culture consumerism because...
And this was a trap because they built the infrastructure where we're dependent on it, where we're not classically, sustainable. They always create a counterfeit of that, and now they want to strangle us.
Yeah.
Well, let's come back in this next segment and go over the rest of it. This is very, very important. Aaron Dykes in here with us right now, live. I'm Alex Jones. This is the GCN Radio Network. You can also see these articles that Aaron's written at GCNlive.com. Again, that's GCNlive.com. We'll continue on the other side. When you see these local little environmentalists running around saying shut down power plants, these are dangerous cult members. Remember that, and they work for the bankers.
Alex has told you that the Mideast uprisings over food prices and shortages caused by fuel costs are spreading worldwide. We're seeing the impact right here in the United States. Ethanol that was supposed to reduce petroleum use and fuel prices hit a 30-month high in February, and pump prices are expected to reach $5 a gallon. Because of shipping costs, food is being priced out of the reach of millions of Americans with an expected 35% jump in the next 60 days. Move quickly while you can still afford it, and eFoods Direct will pay your shipping costs for you. For the best tasting, long-term storable food, you pay nothing for shipping and can put every dollar into food at today's prices. eFoods Direct, food so delicious you can serve it tonight or save it for the future. Take advantage of free shipping by calling 800-409-5633. On the web, efoodsdirect.com/Alex, 800-409-5633, or efoodsdirect.com/Alex.
As many people know, ever since President Nixon took us off the gold standard, the U.S. dollar has been devaluating. What people don't know, however, is how this directly affects your personal finances. Is there a way to protect your portfolios from losing value? The answer to all of this is gold and silver. They both have maintained their purchasing power for 6,000 years. If you had $100,000 in cash and $100,000 in gold and silver back in 1913 and kept them until now, your cash would have the buying power of only $4,800. But your gold and silver would have the buying power of $3 million. The answer to protecting your assets is simple. Call John Ballman today at 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Get all your questions answered before your money is worth $0. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 169. Take action today while we still accept paper dollars for gold. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 169.
America, you've been warned. For weeks, we've been warning you about a single event we believe will happen in the next 12 months that will shake the very foundations of our nation. We've told you about the video that details this shocking prediction. So far, over 6 million people have watched this free video online. Have you? Again, this big event has nothing to do with war or the stock market, yet it could change everything about your normal way of life. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your family. Could this really happen? Well, the man who created this video has been right about many predictions in his career. He was among the first to predict the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. If you haven't taken time to watch this free video, do it right now. You may never think about America the same way again. You can find the free video at endofamerica3.com. Again, that's www.endofamerica3.com. Watch the free video at endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
This message starts with a great offer from Big Berkey Water Filters because we don't want you drinking dangerous water 1 minute longer. Right now, purchase any filter system from BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com to get your choice of 2 Berkey Sport bottles, a KDF shower filter, a set of fluoride filters, or our new sight glass spigot absolutely free. Why do this? Because over 60% of municipal water is fluoridated, and at less than 2 cents per gallon, Berkey Water Filters purify both treated and untreated water, removing dangerous chlorine, fluoride, and other contaminants. Big Berkey water filters are powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, so they're perfect for rainwater collection systems and emergency preparedness. Remember, Big Berkey includes free shipping on every order over $50, and GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit BIGBERKEY waterfilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com or call today 1-877-99-BERKEY.
Federal agents, we are armed!
Notice, all of a sudden, all Hades breaks loose in the Middle East and North Africa. Here are some of the headlines at Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. They're also up on DrudgeReport.com. Oil markets brace for Saudi rage. Global spare capacity thins. Attack on Iraq pipeline halts oil exports. Almost all oil has halted coming out of Libya. Gaddafi forces hit oil facilities in central Libya. Violence flares in Egypt. 13 killed. Gaddafi holds in his fight. Again, there's too much energy, too much resources, too many factories, too much wealth. The globalist system is all about artificial scarcity. Diamonds are in the semi-precious range, but people will pay a year's salary for the engagement for a piece of clear carbon, you know, like a bird that collects shiny things instead of real wealth, because the woman is told and the culture's told, you must have this. And it's the same thing. You must be trendy. You must go along with this. You must pay for carbon. Oh, my gosh, the carbon dioxide's killing the trees. It's killing them. Ban dihydrogen monoxide. Almost everybody at these environmental events, they've done it over and over again, test, will sign it, ban it. Dihydrogen monoxide sounds scary. It's water. Ban sodium chloride. It's salt. And they just run around, just, Meanwhile, big, vicious, globalist operators who love tyranny, who love working with dictators worldwide, who are helping the Chinese put in their control grid, GE and others, Soros, who helped the Nazis round people up, and he even has Jewish groups he runs, attack Glenn Beck and say it's wrong to mention he helped the Nazis. They don't even deny it's wrong. They just, they don't even deny that he did it. They just say it's wrong to even talk about it. I mean, it's just, and he's called a philanthropist. And it's simple. They shut down all their competition and give you 1 hour of power a day. And Soros is in the news today on PrisonPlanet.com saying freedom isn't good. He wants Chinese tyranny. These are people are like NPR and all them are like, oh, yes, because you're not liberals. You're horrible, chicken-necked, fake intellectual, wicked 21st century Nazis who were so evil you don't even know what you are. Aaron Dykes, we got 3 minutes left. Break down the rest of their sickening seizure of our energy infrastructure.
Let me take you back just a little more over a year ago to February 2010, before they decided to implement the cap and trade under the EPA, when they were still trying to pass the Senate bill, and they remarked that a climate bill, and this is in Reuters, was getting a last big push from an unlikely ally, a group of energy companies, including General Electric, Duke, and Shell Oil. Why? Because they were lobbying with the environmentalists under the U.S. Climate Action Partnership. Their idea was to implement cap and trade first on power utilities and then later on oil refineries and other industries. And we have this cap...
Because they all get the waivers, but the little guys don't, which is in the documents AP got when they sued in 2000 from 96, where the big oil companies got together and said, shut down all the little oil companies and refineries. That way the glut of oil can't come to market. Sorry, go ahead.
No. But it's exactly on point, because with cap and trade, you have...
You just don't care about the bunny rabbits.
Well, Enron and Goldman Sachs helped write this bill because they knew if you outlaw carbon, the price on it goes up, up, up for those credits indefinitely. It's guaranteed profit.
But the yuppies like being conned, Aaron.
I mean, what would happen if you outlawed drugs, but you had a limited supply only for the most indulgent drug users to bid up on it?
That's what they've done. That's what the war in Mexico is about, boosting cash.
And you see a parallel directly to the way they use the derivatives market in California to instill rolling blackouts and drive those prices way, way up.
By the way, you have that clip. Let's play that. Tell folks about this clip.
It's 30 seconds. You have actual audio tape of Enron traders calling up the power plants, telling them to shut down. Roll it, please.
Traders soon discovered that by shutting down power plants, they could create artificial shortages that would push prices even higher.
Hey, this is David up at Enron. There's not much demand for power at all, and if we shut it down, could you bring it back up in 3 or 4 hours?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you just go ahead and shut her down then, if that's okay?
I want you guys to get a little creative, and come up with a reason to go down. Like a forced outage type thing. Right.
Those guys, at the flip of a switch, could just yank the California economy on its leash whenever they wanted to, and they did it, and they did it, and they did it.
Okay, so what? Now, Obama, they claimed that 50 plants malfunctioned. Turned out they didn't. Turns out they couldn't supply it. Some of the insiders did shut down power, and they made a few extra bill. Same thing was being done every day in California. Can the public figure this out when it's stated by them? Or I guess it would be untrendy to actually not be conned.
The whole worldwide power market, the conventional power market's only a couple $100 billion, but they figure under this carbon paradigm, it's a guaranteed trillion, maybe more per year. That's
while they kill the conventional real economy.
Yeah, because they want to shut us down, deindustrialize us, according to Agenda 21, but they let these select businesses...
And then that allows the paper market to come in and buy up what's left.
It's amazing, right?
Aaron, incredible job on this report. Hope all you trendies check out everything we said and save yourselves. Or if you like being raped, knock yourselves out.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
We all need to prepare ourselves. You might have the food, water, gold, and silver, but ask yourself, are you truly prepared? That's why you need to visit MaineMilitary.com. MaineMilitary.com carries everything you need. Gas masks, wool blankets, fire starter kits, high-capacity magazines, chemical suits, military surplus items, and much more. Do you own a firearm? MaineMilitary.com has a large selection of pistols and rifles suited for your needs. Are your local stores sold out of ammunition? Call or visit them today for prices on hard-to-find ammo